Good evening, I'm David Kramer at the National Weather Service, the Alaska statewide weather. Starting off for the remainder of the day, we have high pressure that is sitting over the west coast of the state with a low pressure system moving through the Bering Sea heading towards that ridging. This is bringing rain throughout much of the Bering and the Aleutian Islands. For the west coast under the ridge, it is dry weather for today, with rain out farther to the east for much of south central Alaska, southeastern interior, and up through the Brooks Range and Arctic coastline. Along the Arctic coast, we're also going to see some areas of fog. Then down in the Panhandle, pretty dry conditions there as well, just some isolated showers up in the mountains and out by the Yakutat area. Out over the Gulf of Alaska, we're seeing a trough moving through the area that is bringing some rain throughout the Gulf and some cloud cover all around the Gulf Coast, to include Kodiak Island. However, Kodiak is dry for the remainder of today. Then as we move into the nighttime hours, we are going to see our low pressure system pushing through our ridging and making its way out to the west coast of the state, bringing rain from southwest Alaska through the rest of the west coast. We're also going to see continued rain out over the Bering Sea and Aleutian Islands, as well as some rain lingering over the far eastern portions of the interior and down through eastern portions of south central Alaska, extending along the North Gulf Coast out towards the Yakutat area as well. Down in the Panhandle, still expecting to stay dry, albeit some clouds in the area. And then up along the Arctic coastline, some areas of fog mixed with rain as we get farther to the east. On Thursday, our frontal system was pushed into the west coast, extending some rain out into the western portions of the interior, as well as all along the west coast from the Bristol Bay area through the west coast up to the northwest coastline and the western Brooks Range. Up along the Arctic coastline, not a lot of precipitation, but we do expect areas of fog, especially in the morning hours. Out over the eastern interior, continued rain is expected, and that will extend down into south central Alaska, especially the eastern locations of south central. And then down in the Panhandle, relatively dry, just some isolated areas of rain, especially in the coastal mountains. Then out over the Aleutian Islands, more rain is expected. As we move into Friday, continued rain for the Aleutian Islands and much of the Bering Sea as weaker lows move through our pattern. We are going to see more widespread rain through mainland Alaska, with the heaviest out over the west coast of the state, but continued light rain as we push out into much of the interior, south central Alaska, and through the Arctic coastline. Out over the Gulf of Alaska, we're going to see more cloud cover, and rain will finally return to the Panhandle area from some moisture coming in from the south, expecting that rain to extend throughout most areas of the Panhandle and drier as we get farther to the north. With Alaska statewide weather, I'm David Kramer.